So League of Nations come out. My eyes roll. I do not care about this group. It led to a very interesting match. When the Wyatt family came out, cleared League of Nations from the ring. They're not a threat whatsoever. But it led to Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt versus Sheamus and was it Barrett? Or not Barrett, sorry. Del Rio, right? Del Rio and Rusev was the manager. It led to that in the main event slot. But Randy, your thoughts in the segment. What was it like for you seeing Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt side by side for the first time ever?
I liked it. Granted, you know me. I've been a big Bray Wyatt fan for so long, and just seeing him in a new kind of fresh program. I know he had the rivalry with Reigns last year, but just seeing him in like this borderline tweener, good guy, bad guy, you just don't know yet kind of mode. It's different. I think it's refreshing for him and the entire Wyatt family. They've been going through a year of not really knowing what to do with Bray and Luke and Strowman. It's just they've been in this gutter, and it's like you have everybody else going to the top, or other people being on Raw and SmackDown, pay-per-views, main events, getting title matches, and Bray and the Wyatts are just like chilling, just like, hey, I'm just collecting a check and don't know what to do. But now when you see him in Reigns, it's like, hey, now, like, can I trust Bray Wyatt? Are they using Roman Reigns to rub up Bray Wyatt to be like, because if you have Bray and Reigns in the ring at the same time, the fans are going to cheer for Bray Wyatt, not Roman Reigns. So maybe they did that intentionally to, big up Bray Wyatt's character. But to be in a tag team match on the same side against the League of Nations, and everybody hates the League of Nations, so that benefits Reigns and Bray Wyatt. But seeing them on the tag team, same side, Bray got the hot tag. I'm like, whoa, like what am I watching? And is Bray Wyatt going full babyface mode? He's going to the crowd, waving his hands. I'm like, dude, this is like Bray Wyatt, a good guy? Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I'm not complaining. It's something new. And my thing is don't do something last night and then don't do something next week or the following, or really keep going and make this guy who's very talented and his buddies, the Wyatt family, don't do nothing with them. I think going forward, maybe they found something. They just don't know it yet. But I think going forward, keeping him in the borderline tweener, babyface, heel kind of role, where you just never know what he's gonna do. I think you keep him in that mode for quite some time, and just keep watching every week to see what he's gonna do. Because the promos may sound like he's a bad guy, but now his mannerisms in the ring, getting the hot tags and waving to the crowd, like that's a whole John Cena type move. So we'll see with that. I'm happy for him. I just hope that they this leads to something for him. Getting in more main events, a title match. Bray Wyatt has never had a title match, to my knowledge. Outside of the Money in the Bank, he's never had a title match, solo or tag team title. At some point, you got to give this man something that he deserves. I think going forward, they'll give him that.
I was going to bring it up at the end, but we got to talk about it now. I'm so excited to talk about this now. Bray Wyatt is a babyface. Like, we'll talk about the main event right now, pretty much. Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns versus Sheamus and Del Rio. The match I thought was going to be crap just because no one cares about League of Nations and Wyatt family just turned babyface. No one cares about Roman Reigns, or they don't like Roman Reigns, rather. And the match was really, really good. Randy, like you said, that hot tag was untouchable. And RJ, you said it this morning on Twitter. You said it this morning that hot tag is money. Bray Wyatt as a babyface is money. This isn't new news. This is not any new developments. People have been saying this for years. You go back 2 years ago when coming off the match with John Cena that he should not have lost at WrestleMania 30. People were chanting, he's got the whole world in his hands. Like, that's when people want to get behind Bray Wyatt. They want to cheer for this guy. And they went against the grain for whatever reason. They kept him heel. And he's in theory, like on paper, it's a great heel character, but they never really booked it to its full potential. Like you said, RJ, you got a new article coming up coming up tomorrow on the website about how this face turn could revitalize the career of Bray Wyatt, and I thoroughly, 100%, absolutely agree. I think this could be exactly what not only Bray Wyatt, but what the roster needs to get that shot in the arm of excitement in terms of the baby faces. I mean, we have a lot of great baby faces right now. I mean, look at AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Dean Ambrose to an extent, and now Bray Wyatt too. I think, as you said, Randy, I mean, putting him in the ring with the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and then 2 former world champions in Del Rio and Sheamus will solidify Bray Wyatt as the main event star, the star that he should have been and still can be in the future. RJ, your thoughts on the Eater of Worlds as a babyface going forward?
I think it's great. Like Randy said, I've been a big fan of Bray Wyatt since he's made his WWE debut. I even liked it when he was Husky Harris. I always thought he had something for this company, and I thought the whole Wyatt family thing was like that new character that the WWE really didn't venture off of, because kind of Undertaker was that kind of that one role. And I thought, Bray Wyatt's going to go into WrestleMania 30, beat John Cena, he'll get all this momentum, probably win the title down the line. That totally didn't happen, obviously. Lost to Cena, and then, like you said, kind of was floundered the rest of the year. And then he beat Dean Ambrose in a good feud. Then he lost to the Undertaker, and then all last year they kind of floundered around, and he only really beat Reigns when people were helping him, and he lost every time he was by himself. And then we thought he was going to face Lesnar, and then he didn't wrestle at all at WrestleMania and got made fun of by The Rock.
Eater of Hot Pockets.
Got taken out by Rock and Cena. So I was like, what? I'm like, they have to do something with this guy. Like you said, they've been wanting him to be babyface for so long. Like I said, the whole Fireflies, there's an audience there. If no one cared about him, they wouldn't do it. So there's some caring there that they're going to do it even if they don't like him or they don't care about him. Like, it still happens. So even as a babyface, that could even get over even more. But I think this babyface turn, pretty much like Randy said, tweener babyface, was exactly what he needed, and so did the family, because the family was pretty much dead at this point too. Like you said, that hot tag last night was amazing. Comes in, takes out Del Rio. Sheamus comes, and then Rusev attacks, hits him at the end. They do the whole cryptic thing. I don't even know what you call it. Then Strowman and Rowan come out, start beating the hell out of Rusev. And then he gives him a nice kiss on the forehead, pins Del Rio 1, 2, 3. And they kind of kept doing that, is he going to attack Roman now? And they kind of tease that tension. But like you said, it's like a new, fresh thing that Bray Wyatt definitely needed. And like you said, it's like a new shot into the roster. Because like you said, they have the baby faces. But Dean Ambrose has been babyface for 2 years now. They got that new babyface that finally turned from heel. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with him, especially with Orton and Rollins coming back and Cena. So they might not turn Rollins face now because they have Bray Wyatt now as face.
Yeah, that's true. That's good long-term booking. We'll have to see where that goes in the near future. But speaking solely of Bray Wyatt,
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick about Bray Wyatt. Now, I know me and RJ are big Bray Wyatt fans. This may make you laugh. How painful was it to see? Not saying they're not talented or whatever, but how painful was it to see Ryback and Zack Ryder get a title match at a WrestleMania? And then I know there was rumors that Bray was hurt, the lower back and everything. That's why he didn't fight a roadblock. But still, Ryback and Zack Ryder have title matches at a WrestleMania, and Bray Wyatt is not even on the card, or not even nowhere near a title picture. Just sit back and just think about that real quick.
Exactly. Even last year, he faced Ryback at Payback, I believe, right? It was Payback?
Yep.
Beat him. Next month, Elimination Chamber, they had the Intercontinental Championship match. Wasn't even on the show.
Ryback won the title.
Ryback won the title in the match, and Bray Wyatt wasn't even on the show. It made no sense.
And Bray Wyatt wasn't nowhere near. I think that was a chamber match or something like that.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, where's Bray Wyatt? He beat Ryback.
He still exists. Yeah, no.
But also, real quick, I think it might have looked like, here they go embarrassing Bray Wyatt. But I think what The Rock did at WrestleMania for Bray Wyatt is the reason why you saw him yesterday in this kind of tweener babyface role. Because when The Rock said that he praised Bray Wyatt before they did all the other stuff, that really helped the character of Bray Wyatt. Over 100,000 people was chanting or clapping for Bray Wyatt once The Rock said those words about him. And I think the people in the back was like, hey, you mean to tell me 100,000 people are fans of Bray Wyatt? Now let's do something with him. Whether the following night, I'm not too sure, but I know last night the rub that The Rock gave him at WrestleMania really helped out. And last night was definitely proof of that.